Welcome back, guys. Today we're working on the 5.7 hemi for the Dakota again. Last time we got the cam in, got timing chain back on, I got the cylinder head studs installed and the cylinder heads on but not torqued. Lower intake came in shortly after, and then the upper finally came in. So I didn't get to mock it up in the truck, but I think this is going to line up pretty good for how I want it to work out, hopefully. So it's been another week of work. It's Saturday afternoon. I'm going to try to fiddle with this thing some more. I've got my oil pump and my plastic MDS plugs. I thought I lost them because I knew I had one package, not two, but Modern Muscle Extreme or MMX boxed them together. But I wanted to get rid of the variable valve timing solenoid, so I went ahead and ordered this thing, both of these things, because I thought I'd already lost them. So I've got a plug. I'll set it right here. I've got a plug to remove the solenoid, so it's just plugged. Don't know how to pronounce that. If it's Stanky with Stank Motorsports. And I've also got their aluminum MDS delete plugs, so those both will be going in. I've got my, I thought I was going to have to make something to do, oh, it's right here. I thought I was going to have to make something to make a jig to drill the holes so that I can change the pattern. But Lyle and a bunch of other companies, well, Lyle makes a kit and I'm sure everyone else knocked it off. Well, they've got their little drill guide here for fixing broken off studs. So all I gotta do is flip this over intentionally on the wrong side and use all their drill guides. And I forgot the tab at work. I guess I'll be going and buying a tab. So anyway, you use all these bits and these drill guides so it keeps it dead lined up where it needs to go. And they even got one for the tap. So that's how I'm going to do that. I don't have to make anything, just bought kit. And if I ever have to work on one to actually use it for this intended purpose, then I've got it. So I've got one of these trucks, got headers on it now. My dad's got one of these trucks, or he will have. It's got manifold, so if we gotta fix that, we got the kit. What else have I got? Alright, Hellcat oil pump, plugs, lower intake guard, valve cover gaskets, timing cover gasket, throttle body adapter from the GM 105. You could get this side, I couldn't get this in black. For whatever reason, it's back ordered or discontinued. I believe it said discontinued. And it usually comes in the Ford pattern, and I think I can get it black in the Ford pattern, but to get it in the GM 105, it was just plain. So I got the 105, the Dodge adapter. I could have went with the 90 Ford, but they didn't really sell the Ford to Dodge style. So, but I know they sell the 105 to Dodge. So done. I'm sure there's other crap I'm forgetting, but oil pan I got to clean back up now. So I think we're gonna get back to it. I already torqued the cam bolt, so I'm gonna pull the intake off. I'm gonna set you on a stand, pull the intake off. I'm gonna put, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna put the Hellcat oil pump on. I'm gonna roll it over. I'm gonna put the pickup tube on and get ready. Make sure the oil pan, everything clears. Then put the timing cover on. Then put the oil pan on. Then we're gonna torque the heads, or maybe we'll do the valve springs before torquing. Just in case anything stupid happens, I could just pop the heads back off real quick. Oh, valve spring tool. Yeah. Where did it go? Doesn't look like much in this bag. Oh, valve spring tool. So we can do that. There's something in here. I don't remember what it is. No, transmission mount. Transmission cross member. Lots of garbage. But let's get to it. Timing cover is on. We are reusing the truck water pump gasket because I ordered a new gasket, but I was kind of thinking I was going to use the car timing cover and water pump, and it's not the same. So it wasn't leaking before. Hopefully it's not leaking now. I'm going to leave this crap on here for now. Probably not going to use it at all, but it's easy enough to take it off later. I'll take this off when I flip the engine over. Yeah, good enough. Good enough. I'm going to now install our fancy aluminum garbage. So we already got the MDS plugs out. Now I got to get BVT solenoid out and lube this stuff up and stick it in. Hopefully I can find what I did with the bolts. Did it come with bolts? I don't think so. No, it did not. Alright, to be continued. Got the bolt out and it wiggles. Hopefully it doesn't do anything silly like break off. No big deal. Alright, O-ring on the end, maybe? Not really. Just one O-ring. This one did come with a new bolt. New bolt, and it's got 2 O-rings. So we'll wipe some of this off, spread it onto our new O-ring, and maybe it's bam. Did not come with new bolts for the MDS plugs, and the old bolts are a little short. When they make it, they just get 2-3 threads in. Well, I'll show you. I'll show you. Come on. Bump. Fits. Doesn't fit. Other problems. Something's still in there. No? I don't know. Let's try another one. There we go. Nothing crazy. Just a bump. So we'll use the old bolts. Oh, I didn't show you. One. Let's see how many turns we got. Biting. 1, 2. Yep, 3 turns each, which will be alright for now. I'll get some longer bolts later if there's ever a problem. Just can't tighten the shit out of it. And I should clock that one before I just sent it home. There we go. enough. Tight enough. Tight enough. One more. And no more solenoid. Cool. You'll see it with the high ram, I guess, if you really look, but for the most part you won't see this. The only advantage is they're threaded, so if you have to work on it again, you can thread something into it to help pull, or use a slide hammer, and that was, you don't have to do. It just looks nice. So I'm gonna get my spring tool, and we'll see how that goes before I torque the heads. So I've got it assembled. Amazon, cheap. It's got this bolt, it's got this cup, so we'll see how it does. No matter what I do, you can't see. All right. That does line up pretty decent. Need a screwdriver. I'm working in a machine shop. Sometimes these can be kind of hammered in where the collet is, so if you kind of tap it from the side, yeah, nice and loose. There's no resistance right now from it just opening. I'm hoping I can just hold it right here. And I'll find something that's going to fit that. Something's breaking, or that spring is soft. Holy crap, this works pretty nice. There's our keepers coming out. I have yet to buy a magnet, so I gotta find a screwdriver or something that's slightly magnetic. Just gotta make sure I don't drop them down there. Alright. It's gonna take a while. I'm just gonna get after it. This thing clearly works pretty nice. Lines up, it works. It's just the slow way to do it, but it's what it is. So I'm gonna get after it. So, old spring, old shim, or probably it's really more to protect it from eating into the cylinder head. The Scott and Dickey came with Mopar springs and new shims. So I'll be removing these, old spring, replacing it with new, and new spring, and back in. Got all our new valve springs in. Double check I got all the shims in. I didn't miss one. Looking good. Yeah. Alright, that tool was awesome. It was 28 bucks on Amazon. Well worth it. So, now we move on to torquing. I've got one chrome Husky 14 millimeter that hopefully will survive all 105 foot-pounds. We'll find out. So, back to the stand you go, and I'm gonna get the torquing. That's the next day, guys. The camera died while I was torquing the head bolts, so they are all torqued. The Husky socket made it to 105, and I did find a 12.10 millimeter, so we're all torqued. What is next? Diamond cover's on. I've got to tighten this one bolt that went into the cylinder head. I waited just because heads weren't torqued, and I pulled it all the way down. So I'll check those, and then I think we're going to roll it over. We'll put a little bit of oil in the oil pump and figure out the pickup tube, and then slap the pan on. Let's do that. Pan is installed. Pretty simple. Comes with a pamphlet. Just follow the instructions. I dumped some oil down it too, so that it would have some oil in the pump, so it wouldn't be starting dry. It may come pre-lubed a little bit, but just in case. I'm going to leave this guy on here for now because my adapter's not in. I've got an adapter in my truck using oil filter, and then I've also got, there it is. This is what I've got for my 4th gen. I just haven't actually put it on yet. So it sends it out and back through a cooler. I believe it's got a little temperature thing right here, a little thermostat. So we'll end up doing that with the Dakota 2. Probably use this once I get the adapter. But that's that. Diamond cover on, back tight, oil pan on, everything's tight. Oh, I did not take the time to put the engine on TDC per cylinder, and I did not put air in it. It was going very well doing the spring change until the very last one. Actually, I forgot a spring seat on one of them. I had an extra, so I hunted it down, figured out which one I didn't put the seat on, and when I compressed it, it was there. Went to put the new spring on, and I bumped the valve tip, and it slid down just a bit, so I pulled it back up, and when I let go, it dropped right down in the cylinder with the piston at as low as it could get. So I had to pull the head back off, so I'm very glad I didn't torque it before then. But it's all good now. So the next thing we're going to do is use our new Lyle kit. To change the pattern, the exhaust bolt pattern. So we're here and here, and since I'm putting the manifolds on the wrong side, this is the same on the outsides. I got to drill here and here. Cylinder heads are the exact same, they're just machined different, so there's no issue with drilling and tapping it. It's just like the other cylinder head. So I'm gonna get that set up, and then we're gonna do that. I forgot to tap at work. I'm hoping I can get one at the local parts store, or, well, I could probably get one at Ace. I believe it's the standard M8 something, hopefully. But I'm gonna set you on stand, and I'm gonna play with this thing and see how it's gonna work out. I haven't played with this thing yet. So we would use, oh, there we go. We would use it this way? I don't know. Passenger side front, driver's side front. This is passenger side front. We would use it this way to repair threads, and this way to drill our new holes. M8 by 125 is what I believe it is. Get up. Well, it's got a shoulder and it's tapered. I thought it was going to go all the way down, but that explains why it stopped. It's got this little guide, 1.5 hemi. Oh, I guess they use the same guide for the hemi and GMLS Gen 3. LS3? Yeah, Gen 3. Alright, 1 5/8 inches for the Dodge. So we'll set our drill at that depth so we don't go too far. We're just checking out to make sure theirs is right, which it should be. So I'm checking the factory depth versus the drill guide. We're about 3/16 to a quarter, probably a quarter off, which is probably how tall that guy is. So we're good to go. The cam is in, valve springs are in, but the rockers and push rods aren't in, so there's no valves open. Nothing should get into the ports, but if it does, everything's closed, so when I roll it back over, I'll spray a little brake clean and blow them out. So we'll line this guy up with the Doge. Doge, and right there. Try to keep it straight. And we're there. Alright, I'm going to drill the rest of these, and then we'll do another video once I get the tap. Now it's time to move on to the next step, which is to use the tap guide. Oh. Alright. Tap guide, and I ran to Ace and got an M8 125 tap. I'm going to use it in the drill, which I've done many times on other things, and hope that I don't regret it. Oh, that's nice. See, that might be all the way down. That looks like we got it. Oh, that was like butter. I'll have to get a blowgun to get the rest of the crap out of the hole, but we are tapped. And you still can't see crap. Anyway, I'm going to do that 3 more times, then I'm going to do this on the other side. And we'll fit up the manifolds, make sure we're good and I didn't do something silly. All of our bolt holes are tapped. If you watched my other video where you saw where I did the re-drill, just for a simple explanation instead of this long video, there was a hole on each side right here that's not drilled, but you can see the old stain where there was a hole in the manifold. Well, I know why they're not there. I got greedy. I thought, well, I'll try it. Bolt boss, bolt boss, bolt boss, bolt boss. You can see the old stain here. I tried it. Well, I drilled the water. Not a big deal. I've got a 1/16 pipe plug coming and a tap. We'll tap it, plug it, and learn from my mistakes. Now I know why they're not drilled. Why they put a hole in the manifold there, I don't know. Maybe there's a difference. Maybe the older heads it worked. Don't know. Don't care. Moving on. So, solved. Our exhaust manifolds will face forward and use all the bolts they need to. Now we're going to put the rocker arms back on. I'm not going to clean them up. I'm going to leave them just like this. This thing was not taken care of very well for oil changes, so I'm sure there's lots of crap in the galleries and other areas. So we're going to do a short oil change once we do get it running, and I'll probably put a little ATF in there. It's got high in detergents, help clean up some of that crap and flush it out, and then it'll probably run on Rotella for the rest of its life, however long that may be. So I'm gonna stick the rocker arms back in, and then we will slide our new push rods in. Maybe push rods first. We'll see. Holy moly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dun, 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 dun. Rocker arm. Trying to remember how this goes back in here. So that makes sense for this head. lines up there. Push rods are over there. Unless this is this one, which it probably is not. Nope. This must be the exhaust then. See if that makes sense. That's looking more like it. I believe I'm just going to start a couple threads in each so that I can still lift it up, sneak the push rod in, hopefully. Where's that push rod coming through? That ain't right. Oh no. The angle of the dangle. No, that's got us. We're good. Yeah. We're good. There's that side. Open up our new push rods. Shorty. Make sure they're all seated. Yes. That looks good. Good. It's kind of hard to miss these ones. But I'm thinking I've got these on the wrong ones. I bet the I right here probably stands for intake. And I was just being a chump. The push rod lengths don't quite look right with it like this. That looks more better. Yeah. Yep. I stands for intake. Who would have thought? Everything centered up. Push rods are in, rocker arms are tight. Didn't hear any funny noises. Hopefully when I turn it over we continue to hear no funny noises. But I'm going to swap the gaskets on the valve covers and get them flopped on. I'm not going to cover that. It's O-rings and a valve cover and done. After that, I think that's going to be the end of this. It's kind of raining a little bit. We'll see if it continues on. I'm about out of steam. I'm about out of day. So that'll probably be the end of this one. But that does put us at ready to go in the truck. There's still some things on the way, but I shouldn't have to pull the engine back out as long as my pilot bearing that I have fits. I gotta clean up the clutch. I gotta clean up the flywheel and hopefully permanently mate the transmission to the engine and put it in the hole. So I'm gonna get these valve covers on and probably call it a day. And there it is. Our stock 5.7, it was a good running engine, is now a cammed 5.7 that hopefully is a good running engine. That's all I'm going to do for this weekend. I'm wiped, so I'm going to go slap this video together, and I mean slap it together. So I'm tired. And then I'm going to hang out with my wife and my daughter, and hopefully the tap and the pipe plug come in so I can cover up my sins with drilling that hole I shouldn't have drilled. But I am glad. It's not super glad. You would think with the bolt boss you'd be able to put that bolt in, but whatever. So that's going to be it. We've got our trans crossmember, we've got our pilot bearing, we've got the clutch, got the transmission. Hopefully this is the last time I have to put it in the truck. Hopefully this is permanent. Still got to get my oil filter adapter on the way. If I don't get it in time, I'll just put a filter on the adapter. It doesn't have coolant lines hooked up to it. Doesn't matter, it'll be fine. We got our high ram, we got our side feed, we got our adapter, we got our fuel rails. Something else once it's in I'll have to figure out is how to get the fuel line attached to it, which should not be a huge deal. Yeah, there's still stuff to figure out, but engine together. Hopefully it's good. So, that's it. Thank you for watching, and look forward next week. Hopefully it's in the hole if it doesn't rain. Thank you.